Hi y'all, it's Diane in Dallas area, DFW Metroplex in Texas. Elvis is in the building, better known as Lucky Gardenia's dashboard confessional. And the sun is doing all kinds of crazy things, so I can't really get great lighting. But since I'm not showing you much, maybe just hearing my voice is enough. I have my backtrack. Lucky Gardenia, dashboard confessional, Diane, and I'm trying to rock my 60s. What can I say? It's pretty bad when the time during your week that you dress up is to go out, run errands, and tape a video. But that's what it's gotten down to. I am really going stir crazy, and I don't know about you. I have Lucy. I don't know how anyone's doing it that is not working in an office, staying in at home, and don't have a dog or a cat. I'd be going to the funny farm, is all I gotta say. Lucy did start to feel bad this one day. You know, my sleeping schedule is like crazy. Sorry, I'm trying to get the light right. I'm gonna touch the screen, see if that doesn't help, but hopefully you can at least see and hear me. Anyway, went to bed at my odd hours. There's days I'm still not getting much sleep. It's a good thing my brain's not having to go to work, because if I'm not getting any sleep, it would be just crazy. But then the nights, sometimes after like a day, 2 days, it can be a day without sleep, I'll finally sleep for 9 hours. And anyway, was trying to get to bed, and Lucy just was not acting right. She was like panting, which is not that they're tired, and she wasn't hot. I could only guess that she wasn't feeling well, and I couldn't find the darn thermometer for the life of me. And I know I ordered one back in March, and it still has not arrived. I'm going to Walmart, surprise, out of Diet Coke. I'll check to see if there's one there. But I just went with what I had. I tried to think back. Was anything different? I had eaten a piece of toast with scrambled egg, spray pan, nothing added to it, no seasoning, anything. I gave her some of the scrambled eggs. Can a dog be allergic to eggs? Anybody know? I know dogs can be allergic to poultry. So I thought maybe she was having an allergic reaction. So I gave her Benadryl, just that wasn't gonna hurt anything. And then I had some tramadol from when Birdie with her tumor. And Lucy's was bigger than Birdie, so I knew the amount, the size of the dosage would not be anything that would harm her. There was a swollen, like a muscle or something, a ligament back on her back. It kind of felt like, not as hard. She had heartworms after I adopted her, and at first it did not show up when she first was rescued from the horrible puppy mill. And she had every worm in the book. I mean, I think she was dewormed 3 to 4 times, and I won't even go into the grossness of it, but tapeworms, and after hookworms, after all kinds of worms. But she had not tested positive for heartworms. Well, a year later, when I go in, and I had her on heart guard, can't think of that, Sentinel, fleas and heart, for the heart warmer. And she had heartworms, and they could test. What I didn't know, for dogs with heartworms, it's the female heartworm that picks up on whatever, however they test it. And the reason why she had not, and she hardly went outside. I didn't go to dog parks, anything like that. She didn't react well around other dogs. So anyway, my vet knew that she had them when I adopted her, but they just weren't mature enough to test. And this was back, in 2009, and they didn't have, he could not get the medicine to treat her. And it's very expensive. And I swear DFW Pug Rescue is just the best. My vet talked to their vet and the people who were the decision makers at the rescue, ended up paying for it. And it's a poison that they shoot into them, and she had to stay overnight, and I went and got her, and then she had to go back twice, and she ended up like right above where her lower back is. There's two muscles that are just hardened. They are, dead or whatever. Whatever the poison was, that's what resulted. And you do not want your dog to get heartworms. For one, they can very well die. And what happens is when this may not be interesting to anybody, but it was a learning experience for me. And maybe things have changed in the last 11 years. But when they give them the medicine, for 2 months, the dog that is being treated cannot walk upstairs, cannot jump on anything. I ended up sitting on the floor all the time with her. Everything blocked off. That's one thing. There's very few things my pugs can jump up on. Anyway, it's very harsh how they treat it, but thank God it saved her life. But when the worms start to die in their heart and lungs, I think they're in their lungs too, or they go back through the lungs, it can end up killing them if they're too big. So, it's kind of touch and go, even when you catch it and you give them the treatment. So this is just your public service announcement from Lucky Gardenia. Keep your dog on heartworms. We love our four-legged family members, and they deserve it. Anyway, that's enough of that. Anyway, so I gave her part of a tramadol, and she had a little round part of her back that had raised up, and I thought, did she get bitten by a spider or something? So I figured the Benadryl would do that, and then if it was pain from a muscle, I did half of a tramadol. My Lord, Lucy was out for the day. She ate once, she slept all day, and I had to keep checking to see if she was breathing. Had me scared to death. And we slept really long. That was one of the nights that we slept. Of course, she didn't sleep the night before. Neither did I. We slept for over 9 hours, and then she's back to herself. And I'm sure I've shared it before, but I'll share it again, that the one good thing with pugs is the younger pugs. Now, as they get older and have back issues, I'm not sure what happens with their tail, and I'm probably going to find out because Lucy's losing strength in her back end. And it's horrible. I help her when I can, and thank goodness I'm there the majority of the time. Anyway, I was talking about the tails. You know, pugs are known for their like curly tails, look like a donut, cinnamon buns. And those tails that have more than one circle are like, wow. They have contests on pug tails. Pugs are great, guys. Now they have to be kept out of the heat because they have the short snouts and can't cool themselves off, so they can't be out in the backyard in the heat. I highly recommend them. So many people are so cruel to them. It's incredible, and I've seen, you know, other dogs, of course, but you know, their eyes are vulnerable because they don't have the nose to kind of protect objects, and a lot of them lose their eyes and, you know, end up having to have them taken out, and then they're sewn, and they're winkies. Anyway, when Lucy, that day that she wasn't feeling well, her tail went straight. So that's the indicator she's sick. Also, it's an indicator if I'm out and about, or she's like walking into the vets, her tail's gonna drop down straight and almost tucked under, you know, her rear end, or, you know, it's for uncomfortable situations. So it's one way that is like a indicator on how they're feeling. So I think it's pretty cool. Well, I got to tell you how I ended up over in the passenger seat. I kept on trying to get light, and it's getting later in the day, and it's hot as, you know what. It's Texas, guys. It's probably a good thing I'm indoors. I've got all kinds of fans going. Yeah, it's in the 90s, and I'm afraid to say it because I don't want it to change anything, but very few 100 days, but we do have the heat index with the humidity, which ramps it up, almost could be 10 degrees or more. But I love Texas, and I can't think of any other place I'd want to live permanently. Not that I wouldn't want maybe two places, a home someplace. I was thinking on the beach, in the woods, by a mountain, by a stream. That'd be cool. A log cabin with the artist studio. You know, I'm in, guys. I'm in. Anyway, up and coming, if we get this worked out, I have a friend in Guam, and I think we taped it last week, and I don't think I made I don't know how long it's been since I made a YouTube video, but she's in Guam. She used to be a sales manager with Xerox, and I helped her for ages, and she would call me. They're a day ahead of us, and when my end of the day would be coming, she would call 4:30, and it'd be like 7 o'clock in the morning for her. And she was just delightful, and she's one of those people that is very easy to connect with, and felt like she was a friend. And we ended up, we're Facebook friends. We never met, probably will never meet, but she does come to the States. She is from the States. Met her husband, and he's, I believe, born and raised in Guam, and that's where she lives. And you talk about night and day between Texas. I mean, sunny, yeah, but she's walking, and there's like, she's by the ocean, and there's these waterfalls, and it's just jungles, and just different, you know, almost like Hawaii. So anyway, she chats, and I'm trying to get her to do a YouTube video channel. You know, she's kind of a perfectionist, which I would have never known. You know, to me, just get it done, get one started. You can pick out another name, start another channel. If that one's not what you want, or your topic is life updates and you want to do something more business oriented, well, make a second channel. So I'm like Jiminy Cricket on her shoulder, like, have you done it yet? what's the name? And I asked her, I said, am I bothering you? Because I'll stop, but I'm just trying to motivate you. Because I believe in her. So anyway, because I'm taking these online virtual belly dancing classes, hula classes, Tahitian dance classes, at my belly dance studio, they actually have some feature on Facebook where it's kind of like on Instagram where you can add one person to who you're talking to. And of course I'm straight out of bed. You know, she's walking in the morning. My sleep schedule's crazy. I got crazy bedhead Andy Warhol going on. No makeup. I think I probably talked about it because it sounds really familiar. No bra. Big thing, no makeup. And hardly a Diet Coke in me. So, you know, it is not prime time for me. But I jumped on, I thought, what the heck? Sat down on the floor and I went back and watched it. And I have to say, I don't watch my videos because I would take every one of them down. I would be horrified. My voice sounds so funny to me. Of course, I probably am so ridiculous. I'd embarrass myself. But I did watch that one just to see the lighting and how it worked out. Ended up, talked to her the other day. Someone called me like through Facebook, and I don't know who it was, but I thought it was Meg. So I thought, oh, holy cow, you know, she wants to talk, she wants to add me. So I went and threw on a bra, put on some makeup, call her back on Facebook. I am, and she's in bed. She answers the phone, and she must have thought I was crazy. I'm like, you can add me to the video, and she's like, Diane, that was yesterday. Anyway, we sat there and we talked for over an hour, and we both got really jazzed. I got to know more about her. She took me on a home tour, and who knew Miss Meg is crafty? Never have I heard about this craftiness. She had her daughter moved out, has grown. She has she called it her craft room. And I said, oh, no, stop right there. That's your studio. And she went in there and she does quilling and she does something, weaving, basket weaving. She had a Cricut machine. Great room. I would have loved it. And it's like, Meg, that's a wonderful art studio. And like a indoor shed. That's so hard to say. Anyway, I'm like, we could do all kinds of things. We could have topics, and you know, I guess my point is she had many people reach out to her and say how they love the interaction between Meg and I. You know, it's not like me just doing this monologue and her doing her monologue. Although with Facebook you're answering, she could do questions or see who joins in. But so we're planning, I think, to do it once a week. We may do it, it's her Monday. It would be tomorrow afternoon. And I don't know what she's going to call it. And the problem is I was thinking I would take those videos and somehow upload them to my channel. And guys, if you can figure out how to do it, please leave me a comment, because I can save the video, but there's no way for me to get it out of Facebook that I can figure out. Now, I'm not the originator of the video. The only thing I can think of is sitting there for an hour holding the camera and videotaping the video and then uploading that. You know, I could add her to, if we did Zoom or I think Instagram, but not real sure. We haven't worked it out. She's probably going to call whatever she uploads it different from what I would dub it. She's really business-like. I'm like, make it sound fun. You know, we were talking about her what she offers to people, her training, and you know, the difference in the world today, and maybe, you know, find that niche market. And it's like my son-in-law's company, it's like you got to pivot. You know, what's needed today? People are losing their jobs. I was driving around today to Tom Thumb to go pick up a prescription at part of town I don't normally go to nowadays, and sorry this is moving so much. Empty shopping centers, I mean, shut down. I'm trying to think of the stores, but they just don't exist anymore, and it's rather frightening. I did make I know you're gonna think, whoa, Diane, don't do that. You know I do. I went by the quilt shop to see the Tulip Pink line. You know I love my Tulip Pink. Pull her up on video on YouTube. Insane, crazy, talented. I can't even say. And her setup for her design studio, how her whole family, her mom and her brother help running the business. She has a house. I think it's in Missouri. I could be wrong. Anyway, I had to get some Tulip Pink for a flower garden, and still trying to figure out about the baby quilt. I just have this fear whatever I make may not be what Robin wants. I did purchase a quilt, kind of like a talisman, in holding faith that there would be a baby, but unfortunately it's in blues and greens. It's adorable, but kind of the wrong colors. I have been in contact with the quilt artist, and she's out of the Ukraine, and she's currently working on a what would you call it, a commission. And you know, it's kind of expensive, and I totally understand why. The amount of work that goes into making a quilt, quilting it, shipping it. It's not, and these aren't, you know, already pre-printed cloths and she's just quilting them. It's really nicely done. And she said that she's going to finish up a quilt she's working on right now, and she would contact me. So hopefully I will come up with something that Robin would love for the baby. Not that it would be the main quilt. So that's still in the works. And then, you know, I can work on one handmade or a machine made by me, but I don't want to let her down and not have something that's to her taste. So she's over 27 weeks pregnant, guys. 3 months, and there's going to be a little Isabella Ray. You know, it's just like going so quick. And there was going to be a shower. That's not going to happen in July, obviously. They're talked to my younger daughter and talked about a drive-by shower, and that's probably what it's going to be in September. And that's going to be a month before the baby. That's not that far away. Anyway, I probably will be Grandma Birdie, but I think I kind of like Grandma Little Bird, and then that ties with Little Bird Dancing Bear. So still working on it. You know, it's got to have my own little zing to it, zest to it. What else can I catch you up on? My life is just so darn exciting. There's some great videos. Ingrid, and I can't think of her last name, Watercolors. She's from Austria. Check her out. She's doing a month worth of, did you know that the month of July is National Watercolor Month? Hey. Do I have the watercolors? I just need to sit down and do it. And I don't know about y'all. I am just like frozen in place. It's like I'm functioning, but I'm not. And I think it's just the overwhelmingness of everything that's going on, the isolation. Is anyone else experiencing that, where you're just doing the basics? I have all these fun things that I've already purchased. I have the supplies, I have the online courses, but I'm just like frozen in place. And if I'll take any help you can shoot at me. Cricket, got anything? I know you're a coach, kind of a life coach. I need help. I do want to tell you of a YouTube channel that I've run across. A young lady, Lord, she could be my daughter. She just turned 30, had her 30th birthday. She's from China. And I don't know how long she's been in the States, but guys, she, from what I recall, she's a self-taught violinist, and she's done some collaborations during this quarantine. And I heard her practicing, and Lord knows, I'm trying to do my ukulele, but this girl is on fire, is all I gotta say. On fire. And how amazing that she taught herself. She went to college in her home country, moved here, and lo and behold, get this, guys, we relate on several levels. She's recovering anorexic, probably more recent than I am. And I totally connect on the anorexic brain, and it's something that just doesn't leave you. And although I'm kind of bouncing back, hopefully I don't look as ghastly as I did. But anyway, so she is recovering, and she's also going, like my older daughter, she's working on her doctorate. And can you imagine trying to get your doctorate? You're a self-taught violinist, and you go to a renowned music school trying to get your doctorate. Anyway, lo and behold, she lives in the DFW area. She goes to UNT, or North Texas University. I'm not sure what they kind of toyed with the name. My dad graduated from there. In Denton, and it's like, holy moly, she's like in the neighborhood. She's in the hood, guys. Anyway, I sent her a friend request, and she accepted it. It just blows me away how gracious people are, and she's just a delightful young lady. She's created a podcast, which I heard she had another person who is a violinist. She started a Instagram channel. She was practicing hours upon hours and just not getting the results that she wanted. And it was just because you can do and do and do forever and ever, and you're spending so much time, you're not getting quality because you're so worn out and you're so not versatile. You're just, all your time and energy is going into that, and you're not being fed creatively. That's it. Get it out. I need a drink of Diet Coke. Anyway, she had a special guest, and I think it just uploaded her. You can get it on YouTube. Her channel's name is Thrive, and there's space X, like Xerox X, and Strive. And her name's Amy Wheeler Heller, and all I can say is she's delightful. And the other night or day, I guess it was day, because my days are crazy, I was about to go to bed already, and she had to study with me. And what she does, I guess, the theory, here's me in my 60s, she's in college. She does a study with me. I was like perplexed. I'm like, do you study and then you ask questions and live and have people help you with your homework? And I was off on that. She was researching for her doctorate. She schedules time. She has a timer. It's to help you get motivated to study or whatever you're working on. And then she takes breaks, and then she'll answer your questions. And I thought, you know, I'm going to support her. You know, YouTubers got to support each other. Of course, she's more popular than me. But I thought, heck, I don't play the violin. I'm not going to school, but I got my ukulele. I got it out, and I practiced while she studied. And I sent her a little howdy doody, and she responded back to me. Anyway, she likes to cook. She has a kitty. She has a husband, and she just had a birthday. So, as you know, in my family, it's not a birthday. At the minimum, it's a birthday week. And if you're really as awesome as my girls, it's a birthday month. So let's give up just a day. There's so much to celebrate about you. So don't forget that. Be yourself, be authentic as much as you can, as long as you're nice. Be kind. Rarely is that the wrong choice. Be supportive of others. If you know of resources, if somebody's interested in something and you know something that may spark their interest or help them be their muse, pass it along. It costs you nothing. And you can make a really difference, and they'll do the same with you. And it's a global community, guys. Let's get to know people. Let's coexist across the world, and YouTube's a wonderful place to do it. And I would love for you to come back at me with a comment on Sunday if you see Facebook Live, Meg from Guam. Hopefully I'll be on there. Raring to go with better lighting, with more than one Diet Coke at hand, and we'll just see how this takes off. And anyway, I was trying to think of a name for her, and the little segment, and I was thinking for her it could be from something like from Guam to Texas, or she was thinking about Tuesdays with Texas, and of course her Tuesday is my Monday. So we haven't quite nailed down the name, and you know me, I want it to be, you know, catchy, not something beige. You know, I'm not a beige person. So, the last thing before I leave, I climbed over the console to get in this seat. So, and this is what I got on, just a t-shirt, got on some, I don't know if you can see, khaki, army color, light khaki green, it's khaki green, kind of very pale olive capris that kind of snap up, and then my matching Converse. So very low key, got on a different watch, silver and pearls, got my turquoise. This is about as pulled together as it's going to get anytime soon. So sending you much love. There are just, one last thing. There are people dying that I know, not personally, but for my Bell sister's husband is fighting for his life. He's been on a ventilator for over 2 weeks. They, I think, have tried to take him off, sedated for over that time. Gonna be in rehab for like ages if he makes it through. Please pray. I know you don't know her, you don't know him, but add him to your prayers. And then my niece, when I was married to the girl's dad, his brother's daughter has married a really nice gentleman, and both her in-laws got COVID, and her husband's father passed away, and the mother's fighting for her life. So guys, this is real. It's not a joke. And you know, I have my mask. I'm not wearing it now because I'm sitting here in my own darn car, but it's real. And for people that are older with underlying health issues, it's devastating. it just comes to mind, and I was telling Jennifer, I'm like, if I get COVID, tell the doctors to think about altitude sickness, because it has the same creating mucus factors, and there's some treatments for that. So I'm like, tell the doctor about that, save me. Anyway, I'm praying that you and your family, wherever you are in the world, are safe and sound, using this time to contemplate, to grow internally. I know I'm self-reflecting on a lot of things, and you know, I'm gonna try and make a better use of my time. I do have things planned for this coming up week. I'm gonna get my hair cut. I have a virtual doctor's appointment with my rheumatologist, and then on Thursday, I don't know how this is gonna work out. I signed up for a class 2 months ago, and it's a Laura Heine, I believe that's how it's pronounced, is H-E-I-N-E. She has this technique with collage and fabric collage, and it's unfreaking believable. You can do a search on Yahoo Images. You can go to her website. I think it's Fiberworks, sells kits and patterns and all the other, there's some unique supplies that go along with this. I've had the stuff, I just hadn't had the guts to do it. So Thursday, I'm gonna try it. Just got the list. I think I already have everything. They said no sewing machine needed, because I guess you're not gonna get that far. Because I have the kids, maybe I will get that far. I may tote along a little bitty sewing machine. But anyway, gonna be wearing a mask all that time. I don't know how long I'll last at the class, to be honest. But I'm gonna give it a try, guys. Anyway, what are you working on? What are you doing? Are you on any journeys? What's your word for the year? Anyway, let's motivate each other. Let's chat. Let's chat in my little comments area. Thank you for the people that have. I've had some new people join, and please subscribe. Please hit the like button. That really helps. From what I understand, I guess it helps suggest my video channel to others. I'd like to reverse this curve and have the subscriber go up and not plunge. But those that have stuck with me, that are part of my tribe, I just love you guys. And I'd love to hear about your life. Whether it's a different city in Texas, a different state, a different country, everyone has a wonderful, interesting life, and I'd love to hear about yours. Anyway, much love, sending peace out to everyone. Peace out.